Hello, and let me welcome you to your new role with the company. As a manager, there are a variety of things for which you will be responsible. The purpose of this video is to train and educate managers within the company on employment-related laws which you should know for the purpose of protecting both the company and the employees. The employment-related laws that we will cover include the Civil Rights Act, Americans with Disabilities Act, Age Discrimination Employment Act, FMLA, Workplace Safety, Fair Labor Standards Act, and sexual harassment. We will also cover information on protecting employee personal information, legal and illegal interview questions, and job advertisements. This training is mandatory and will include what we expect from you. It is your duty to maintain a working knowledge of everything covered in this training. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was enacted to prohibit employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. No hiring, promotion, pay increase, or any employment decision is to be made based on these criteria. As a manager, you are expected to comply and to base all your decisions on the individual's work history. Any suspected violation reported to you or any suspicion should be forwarded to the HR office for investigation as soon as possible. The Americans with Disabilities Act protects workers from discrimination based on his or her physical or other challenge. The individual must be provided with reasonable accommodation if needed to perform job duties. The Age Discrimination Employment Act protects workers over the age of 40 from job discrimination. Older workers and challenged workers can be a great benefit to our company. The company expects all managers to offer positions, pay increases, etc., to all employees in a fair manner and to show good reason when omitting or limiting those in protected classes. The Fair Labor Standards Act establishes minimum wage, overtime pay, record keeping, and youth employment standards. The minimum wage does not affect our company as we pay well above that. Overtime is paid at time and a half after 40 hours. The company does not allow overtime. It is the manager's responsibility to ensure that employees do not exceed 40 hours each week. In regards to record keeping, the payroll office will keep time clock and pay records, and managers are responsible for keeping the up-to-date Fair Labor Standards Act poster in the employee break room. We employ quite a few youth in the company. The manager is responsible for ensuring that the teen employment laws are upheld. There are work restrictions during school sessions, weekends, school nights, and age-appropriate provisions. These posters were sent to each store and are representative of the state in which you operate. The Family Medical Leave Act, also known as FMLA, allows employees who have been employed at least 1 year and worked at least 1,250 hours to take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave. They may use any sick, vacation, or personal time accrued for the purpose of their own medical condition or surgery, to take care of an ill family member, for the birth of their child, or for the adoption of their child. All managers are expected to fill out the proper forms for employee requests and forward them to HR immediately. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, is responsible for enforcing the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970. These measures are important as they provide a safe working environment for all employees. Managers are required to adhere to all company and government policies concerning workplace safety. Sexual harassment is defined as any unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical harassment of a sexual nature. Sexual harassment in the workplace will not be tolerated. These violations can include offensive jokes, calendars, or any type of sexual innuendos that make other employees uncomfortable. Managers are responsible for ensuring that all employees adhere to this law. Any known or suspected violation is to be handled first by telling the individual to stop. If the individual does not change the behavior, it is your responsibility to report this to the HR department as soon as possible for investigation. The company adheres to the following policy as written by SHRM.org. Personal employee information will be considered confidential, and as such will be shared only as required and with those who have a need to have access to such information. All hard copy records will be maintained in locked, secure areas with access limited to those who have a need for such access. Each manager is responsible for ensuring their computer is locked and passwords are changed every 90 days. All employee records are kept in a securely locked file cabinet, and as always, never discuss employee personal information with subordinates. As a manager for the company, you will be conducting interviews and posting job advertisements to keep your department fully staffed. In addition to following all employment laws covered today, you need to be aware of interview questions that are legal and illegal. Any questions that violate any of the protected classes are illegal. A good rule to follow is if you're not sure, then don't ask. In addition, any job advertisement that shows a preference for or discourages someone from applying for a job because of his or her race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, disability, etc., is prohibited. All managers are required to adhere to these recruitment policies, and any suspected violations will be fully investigated. The company promotes a fair and diverse workplace. As a manager, you represent the company, and your actions directly affect our stability. As an agent of the company, you are entrusted to follow all laws and policies to ensure we are protected at all times from potential lawsuits. Thank you for your time, and again, welcome to the company.